What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to 210 Show. I'm glad you can join us. We got a banger tonight. It's going to be an open mic night tonight. But before we get to that, let's do some introductions.
This is the hater with facts.
And I'm Mr. Raider.
Oh, is here again.
And this is Wu Pig Sui. I'm back after a little bit of a hiatus, but I'm excited.
Yeah. The band's back
Hooray.
together again. But man, we might as well call him a special guest tonight. Yeah. We just got to get Angry Joey again. But anyway, fellas, so some things have been happening this week. But let's talk about, because we are the 210 Show, let's talk about the Spurs and that epic collapse. Who wants to take it?
So I might have mentioned it before, but I'm gonna go ahead and say I kind of want the Knicks to win. So I'm the outlier here.
Hey, man.
Hey,
This is a 210 show. There, Wu Pig.
Yeah, I get it.
Do you have a key grip?
Man, come on, man. Look.
So here's my thing, right? I'm a Lakers fan. I've been a diehard Lakers fan my entire life. I've got no loyalty towards the Spurs, even though I've lived here forever. And honestly, you guys have been rivals for most of my life. I'm not ready for a new dynasty of the Spurs to pop up. So I'm kind of happy that it got delayed a year. I think Wemby's a little too young. And on top of that, I think it's good when big programs like big teams win championships. It's been a long time for the Knicks. It's good if they win one. What has it been, 53 years or something like that?
Something like that.
Something like that, man.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So
generations have.
Yeah. So I'm happy for the Knicks fans.
I'm glad we're not on video.
And it's not like I just think they're too young. It's time.
Okay, all right. You know what? We're gonna box that. We're gonna box that.
Because you always hear, like, oh, they're too young. So what would it be like if, a 22-year-old Wemby won his first championship? I don't know. I just think you need to go through that struggle, take your lumps before you start winning championships.
Unfortunately, the Oklahoma City Thunder broke that rule last year. So we done gone past that.
No, because they lost against Dallas. Was it SGA's first year, second year? Dallas ended up beating them. So they took their lumps too. It's just, the Spurs are taking their lumps in the championship game.
Hey, there's been a whole lot of artificial growth happening, in other parts of society. So why not in basketball too? But before we put you on the stand based on that rhetoric that you just spewed, we have to talk about Game 4 first. And let me say, I'm not even a Spurs fan either. I'm not a Spurs fan. I'm a Piston fan. I will always be a Piston fan. But watching a 29-point collapse like that is like a piece of my soul left my body. I don't understand how it has consumed me like this. I don't know why it is like this, but it just is. And it's probably more not necessary for the love of the Knicks or love of the Spurs, but more towards my hatred towards the Knicks, maybe. But to see how well they played in the first half and how terrible and stupid that they played in the second half is something that now we'll have to live with for the rest of our lives, because it's historic. It's a historic collapse.
Coaching.
But yeah, if we were to actually, assign a blame pie, I would say 60% will go to Mitch Johnson, the coach, mainly because of the debacle of the third quarter. You just you're up 29. You see it dwindling down, and you don't call timeout. Why? I don't understand. Like, this whole the whole playoffs has been like this, where coaches just refuses to call timeout. I don't understand. They kept shooting threes, kept shooting from the outside. They were hitting everything in the first half. Second half, they weren't. And in the midst of it, they still did not do the key thing that got them the lead in the first place, which was attacking the paint.
Right.
Okay. Before I go any further, I want to go around the room. Jump in. Just go ahead.
Well, I'll tell you right now. They showed off their youth. They fell in love with the three. early on, they jumped into that big lead by making like 14 threes. And then an experienced team, when they were up 29, would have realized they needed to switch up the pace, slow the game down, start milking that clock, hitting the paint. They were in the bonus. They could have started hitting the foul line, but instead they just kept jacking up threes over and over and over, usually with double digits left on the time clock. So of
Yes.
course, you gave them the chance to come back. And it's not like this isn't par for the course. The Spurs have been up double digits in every single game of this
Yes.
season, and they lost 3 out of 4.
Yep.
So it's not like this came out of the blue. It's a young team that got up to a big lead, and then due to lack of experience, lack of coaching, they allowed a more experienced team to come back and snatch the win. So I don't know. I wasn't too surprised, other than the size of the comeback, being historic. It's just par for the course so far in this series.
Well, I got one major question is why are we putting Fox over Harper? Why is he not starting Harper? I'm sorry, Fox, you're going to have to sit on the bench and ride it for a little while. Harper's hot, man. He's doing his damn thing. That boy balling.
Yeah.
And can't figure it out. Like why? What is it about Fox? Because he made several crucial errors in that game, late in that game.
Yes. Yeah.
And if you're the point guard, man, you got to be smarter than that. Like, I don't ever you would never see Chris Paul, Isaiah Thomas do some of that dumb shit. And I'm not putting it all on Fox, because Wemby should have hit those free throws.
Dude,
Agreed.
But you wouldn't have saw Chris Paul do something like that. Just saying.
dude, it's so, it's like blaming the field goal kicker at the end of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You have one job.
Yeah.
hey, right. But Fox hit a big 3-pointer like two minutes before that. I don't like, dude. So many things happened, and then you guys covered it. Well, I don't even want to. I was trying to get my daughter to get on the pod because she was so mad, and she's never even watched a lot of basketball until these finals, because she's never seen the Spurs in a finals before. So it was kind of cool just sitting down watching with her, but she was so mad. And I get it, like, dude, like, and I was like, honey, it's fine. Like, fucking dumb now. Like, at the time I was like, come on, guys. Like, if you're sitting there, I'm like, honey, it's fine. This is like, it's 30 points. It's
Yo, man, what's really funny is my wife, we were already done with dinner, and we were, they were already up, and I was like, "Yep, looks like I get to go to bed early tonight." And she already went to bed. She was like, "All right, cool, I'm out." So, and I came back upstairs and and then the third quarter happens. I'm like, I know these aren't about to let this thing slip away. And it was like fourth quarter, and then game. I'm like, oh my god, what this? This is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Now the question becomes is, do you think they'll be able to recover? Because I'm going to say something crazy.
Nah.
I think that, look, the Spurs have shown that they have been in every single game. Like, they've been there. You know what I mean? It's not like they're getting blown out or they're getting their asses kicked, even though this past game they got their asses kicked.
They should have won every game.
Yes.
Yeah. So if they can come back, it's them. If the Cavaliers can do it against Golden State, who Golden State was by far a better team than the Knicks, just basically who was on that squad.
Yeah, but they haven't got no LeBron.
You're right. But Harper's balling, Cass balling.
Well, they also
Wemby needs to realize he's not a
injury.
fucking point guard. He needs to get down there in the paint, on the block, and go from there. But I think if anybody can do it, it's the Spurs. Maybe call me naive or not, but I think they still have a chance.
And see, here's the other thing they're young. They're young. They're young. They're inexperienced. I don't think they could pull off 3 straight wins. I think the Knicks are gonna be able to snatch one more from them. And not only that, Wemby's looking gassed by the end of the game. And it's because they're playing him like, what, 41, 44 minutes, something like that?
We talked about this. Do you remember?
Yeah.
We talked about this, man.
He has he's such. It's not like some stars where you can hide them in the corner on defense, so they're expending all their energy on offense. He's expending a huge amount of energy on the defensive side of the ball.
Yes.
Because he's their anchor, and then you're expecting him to also do that on the offensive side. I don't think Wemby's ever going to be one of those types of players that you can play him 45 minutes a game and expect him to give you, 100% in that fourth quarter. You're gonna have to mix things up, maybe play him, 35 minutes a game, something like that.
But that's what makes it.
Hater said something like prophetically, like I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago, said Wemby needs to develop a sky hook, something just easy for him to be able to do, which would be
Yes.
so fucking easy.
Yes.
Why the does he always be on the 3-point line? But go ahead, Hater. I'll give it to you because I'm like,
the one thing I was going to point out was, and Woo Pig makes a valid point here. Why in the hell in a game where you're up 29 does he still have 44 minutes logged in for the very same game? That alone is egregious. And again, why 60% of the blame goes to Mitch Johnson for that. Because that was absolutely ridiculous.
Agreed. Just put everybody else on the court, but also don't all stay behind the 3-point arc. Like there was nobody inside it for a whole half when you're up 30.
And that was the other thing. Like the way they executed, and the way they executed the first half. Like first of all, they got Karl-Anthony Towns in foul trouble because he committed stupid fouls, which he normally does anyway. So they got that to their advantage.
You called that too, Hater.
Yes. And then they were hitting all their threes because they were attacking the paint, which is great. Then because Karl-Anthony Towns had to go out because of fouls, Mitchell Robinson comes in who can't make free throws. So what were they doing? They were fouling him. Why? To make sure that there is no momentum to have for the Knicks, which absolutely worked. And so then for whatever reason, they got the Knicks were tired of it. So they benched Miss Robinson and then they wanted to chance it and they brought Cat back in. But then I was like, okay, but you're already up by 20. I think they were up by like 24 or 25 at that point when they brought him back. But then they still brought out Wemby. And I'm like, no. Just sit him down.
Need. Yeah.
No, it's not necessary. Even if they start coming back, whatever, if they cut it down to like 15 or something, okay, you can bring it back. But I'm riding this whole thing out until the end of the half. I don't need him right now. But if things start getting stupid, okay, I bring him back. But nope, not Miss Johnson. I'm gonna call. And look, this is a huge mistake on his part too.
Yes, but he's a young coach too, so they're all around young. You take an old coach there, and it's different.
Oh, Pop
would Pop make that mistake?
Ooh.
Would Pop?
Oh, dude, hell no! If Pop was the coach,
exactly,
that game would be over. The game would be over, like no question.
I was telling my coworkers, man, I was like, if you listen very carefully, you can hear Pop slapping the out of Miss Johnson right now. It's like, how dumb can you be? I hand this franchise to you. I gave you a franchise guy like Wemby, and you do this against them? Oh God, man, oof. I know Pop probably want to pull a Pat Riley, just come out of retirement just to these 3 games so we can finish this thing off.
I know that's not fair because I know like everybody's thinking the same shit, but like in that case, it was.
I think it's perfectly fair. It's that he is not. He's not coaching this team the way it should be coached at all. He should have. The second I started seeing him jacking up those threes, the second I saw somebody throw a 3 with double digits left on the clock when we were up 29 points, I'm calling a timeout and I'm telling all the motherfuckers to stop.
Yeah,
nobody puts up a shot until you're in single digits.
You were so right. You were so right. Phil Jackson would have said, "What the was that?"
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Michael Jordan would have chewed that ass out. Like, what are you doing?
You're right. Because like, hey, like, come on, man. We got this game.
The whole starting 5. If they would, man, he would have benched the whole starting 5 for about a minute and a half or something like that. Just so he can chew their asses out while the second team's out there. He would have done that. Oh my God. Pop has no problem. You know what I'm saying? Hurting feelings or whatever. He ain't got no problem with that. And now it's time for Mitch Johnson to show the same thing. Now, I'm with you, Mr. Raider. I'm still sticking to my guns. I'm still calling Spurs in 7. But in order for that to happen, though, he's going to have to hurt some folks' feelings, starting with De'Aaron Fox. And it's like, hey, man, I got to ride the hot hand here, We ain't got no time. We ain't got no time to be playing no games. And tomorrow's not promised. Even though they are a young team, like you said, Woo Pig, but that doesn't mean that you're destined to see the finals again. That's not a guarantee, especially if you're in the West. You still got OKC. You still have Golden State. You still I don't know what the Lakers are going to do, but you still got them too. You still have Houston. Minnesota might make a move. Giannis might be heading his way over to the West. You
Oh,
don't
God. If
know.
he goes to
You
OKC,
know?
it's over.
Huh?
If he goes to
Oh, yeah.
OKC, it's over.
Yeah. Lord, please don't let that happen. But anyway, to put a bow on this, the Spurs have shown, like Woo Pig said, they have had double-digit leads in every single game of this series. They just went completely nutso in the final 2 minutes of the game and pissed it all away. So, I mean,
Yeah.
you had 3 lessons in this. If you could just tighten it up,
Yeah.
get focused, and learn from these lessons, these next 3 games, you'll be fine.
Word. Like, they can do it.
They can do it. And
Yeah.
the thing about it, too, is Jalen Brunson is not even the reason why they're winning these games either. Can we be fair about that? Like,
Yeah,
No,
like,
yes, he's
I
been up.
at the
disagree.
end of the game, if you give him something, yes, but
All you
Oh.
guys are on such copium.
No,
It's over.
I
It's
disagree.
over. It's over. They're gonna lose this series. They're too
No,
young.
man.
They're too inexperienced. They let an older, experienced, less talented team beat them in the finals. It's happened
Woo
over and
Pig.
over. It
it's a
happened.
goddamn
It
2-0
happened to
show. We have some faith here,
It
motherfucker.
happened to LeBron James. It's happened
Yes,
to tons of
yes.
teams, and it's happening again. History repeats itself.
Well, look, it's not like the Knicks have been here either, so maybe
Exactly.
maybe
But
they will
they're
play
full.
with a
They're
little.
full of
Maybe
experience.
they will play like they got this, shit.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And
Well, just
the Spurs are a better team. I think.
Yes.
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
fact.
But what about when the Mavs beat? Wasn't the Heat a better team than the Mavs?
Who?
were the Heat were a better team than the Mavs? No, they were not, and that's why LeBron got all the flack for that, because there's no excuse for it. Now,
But it
to
happened.
me, the difference between that and this is that was a custom built team of 3 superstars in their prime going up against an older team. You're not gonna say that. That's not the scenario here with the Spurs or the Knicks. The Knicks are a more experienced team, yes, but they're not a team of superstars. And and the Spurs, they have young talent, but they're not at superstar level, and they're not in their prime either. So yeah, so that
just adds to my point. They're more likely to drop one of the next 3 games.
I don't know, man. There's
I'm
something like
not
experience.
disagreeing I'm not disagreeing with you completely. I'm just
We all
saying,
know this.
right. I'm just saying that I'm just okay. If it's copium, fine. It's copium, and I'm sipping all over it. Okay, fine, fine.
Hey, man, if it works out,
Yeah,
congratulations
like-
to San Antonio and the Spurs. But I'm thinking it's going to be a New York Knicks championship this year. That's just my opinion.
You and everybody else.
No,
How cool would it be though if we come back from this and then turn it around to be like, well, just like the Knicks did, we can do. I know it's a difference between one game and a series, but you never know.
yeah.
You never know. I mean, the
It
Cavs
would be
did it.
it would be a great story. I tell you this, the NBA would love it.
Yes, they would.
The more Knicks games, the longer this goes, the better.
Yep. And I'll
Yeah.
say this too, Mr. Reddy, keep bringing up the Cavs. There's only one difference. If the NBA decides to give some type of stimulus package to the Spurs somehow, some way, I don't know how. You know what I mean?
Oh, hater.
I'm just saying. If we're gonna put the two parallels together, we gotta include
hater
everything.
things. I guess it's apropos.
I just,
Hey, it's on brand. It's on
I
brand.
love you, brother.
It's on brand.
Hey, this is the facts part of Hater with Facts.
On brand for
okay?
sure.
Did Draymond Green get suspended in Game 5? Yes, he did. Did it change the momentum of the series? Yes, it did.
Oh,
If
hell
he
yes,
was,
it did.
if he was still
Of
playing in
course,
Game
more
5,
LeBron hate. Hey,
Oh, the
by
series
the way,
always
over.
room for that.
I
there's always
got
room for that.
Series
I
over.
got a burning question for the group since we have so many Spurs fans in the chat.
Bring it.
Just
All right.
support right now. Just support.
Okay, so one of the biggest arguments against LeBron James being the GOAT is that he's lost in the finals, that he's
Yep.
lost several times in the finals. So my
Yes.
question is, if Wemby loses, if the Knicks win, does
22.
this eliminate Wemby from the GOAT competition for the rest of his career?
No, I mean, he's 22.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
bro,
well,
he's a
but
rookie.
but people
Or a
use that as
sophomore.
an excuse for
Dude,
LeBron
first of
not
all,
being the
anybody
GOAT
saying that shit
all the
about
time.
LeBron James is dumb. I don't even know that conversation.
Well,
Go ahead.
It's an argument that Michael Jordan made it to 6 and won 6. He never lost in the finals. Completely forgetting the fact that he lost prior to the finals tons of times. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like,
to the Pistons and
Yeah.
like
so I
and
think the argument is
Celtics.
stupid.
Oh my god. Dude,
I think the argument is stupid, but I'm just wondering if people will use that same argument against Wemby going forward.
Okay,
I hope
Jordan is the GOAT, okay?
Yeah.
Jordan's the GOAT. That's it.
But here's the one thing we'll
Disagree,
pick.
but
Here's the one thing we'll pick. It's not that you see you're cutting off your timeline a little bit short. What I mean by that is when LeBron lost his first final and he got swept by the Spurs, people excused that because of his youth. That did happen. Now, after that, he lost again. Once that happened, that completely kicked him out of the GOAT conversation. And he has 2 other additional final sweeps on his belt. So
it was also because he got there so easily too, like,
that's also true. Yeah. So
I think that had a lot to do with it.
Keep in mind, Jordan never made it to a Game 7. Keep in mind.
That's also true too. Yes.
That's
also
true. Weird metrics.
So
you know what?
Even,
he
so
never
even
missed a
Wemby,
shot on his left foot while shooting from the corner in the
No, but that matters.
65th
He never
parallel.
saw
It's
a
like
Game 7, bro.
all these random
Never.
facts that people use to prove that Jordan's the
All right.
best.
Well, your
It's so
original
stupid.
question, though, Whoopi, is legit, but I mean, he's only 22. I don't hold that against LeBron. I hope nobody does. At this point, it's like unquestionable. He's top 3 all time, like without question. So Wemby's 22. Like, we can't use that against them already. Like, that would be crazy.
I agree. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I'm just making. I'm setting the stage because that argument will. Trust me.
an
10 years from
uncomfortable
now,
conversation will happen soon.
if Wemby goes on to win 6 championships, let's say in the next 10 years, you are gonna have people arguing that he is not the GOAT because when he was 22, he lost the championship, and Jordan never lost the championship. I'm just telling you right now.
Well, it'd be a matter of how he lost. If he gets swept, if they only win 1 game, and then, I mean, yeah, man, you can kind of a little bit more credence to the argument, but he's still only 22. I would laugh somebody out the building if they try to say just because of that. I don't ever think about that loss with LeBron James and when he's with the Cap. I mean, they had Larry Hughes and Snow?
Larry Hughes, right. They had Larry Hughes, they had Boobie Gibson, they had, you know what I'm saying, I forgot what the center name was. But
yeah, man, I mean, come on.
But again, it's all about the collective story, like I said, Whoopi. But here's the thing about it, though. And this is the thing about, specifically about the LeBron argument that I always point to. Even if you were on a lesser team, and I always use this example, AI got 1. He was severely outclassed by your Lakers. What was that, 2000 or 2001? I think.
So around
but
there.
he still
Why
got
you gotta
1.
bring that up? Why you gotta bring that up?
No, because it applies. He got 1 off of that team that had Shaq and Kobe on it. Okay, and they were in the midst of a 3-peat, and he got 1.
AI was a bad man. What's the point?
Hey, exactly. So my point is, you got the person that you consider to be the GOAT, who's been swept twice. Now, if you want to excuse the first one, that's completely fine, but you can't excuse the second. And he was on a far more superior team and lost. So
Well, hold on,
you have those things stacked together, sir.
I never said LeBron was the GOAT. Don't put words in my mouth.
Huh? You said you
brought up the
disagree that
question.
Jordan is the GOAT.
The GOAT.
Because I
right.
don't think Jordan's the GOAT. I don't think
Oh.
LeBron James is either.
Oh,
Well, you
my
didn't say that.
goodness.
I think it's Bill Russell.
You want us to edit
Okay.
this out, man? You sure you
No.
want this on wax?
Hey, who has the most championships?
Jordan for between LeBron and
No.
Jordan? Jordan.
No.
He's
Bill
talking about
Russell.
period. Yeah. He's saying 11 is better is
Yeah,
more than 6.
last I checked,
Hey,
when I
correct.
went through math, 11 is more than 6.
You are
Yeah,
correct.
it is.
That is
It is.
factually correct. Yes.
All right, then there
That's
you go.
factually correct. Which is also why I say when it comes down to the Mount Rushmore, LeBron doesn't belong. Okay? I will always maintain that. There is nothing you can tell me or show me or convince me otherwise. Okay?
Even though
He will
even though
always
he's
look up at the Mount Rushmore. He will
that's
not
so
be on
silly.
it.
That's so
Damn it.
silly.
It is what it is.
With all the achievements that he has, with being the top scorer in the league, all that stuff, the fact that he's played for so long, the longevity,
I knew you're gonna go there. See, that
coming
that
back
part.
from 3-1, like
Hold on.
all the greatness that
Wait.
he's done. I'm not saying he's the greatest of all time, but damn it, if he's not top 3, I don't know what metric you're
Okay.
using.
He's the greatest elder statesman that's ever been. I can give him that. I give him credit for the fact that he has maintained this level of excellence for this long. I give him that too.
So he just gets the AARP award. That's it.
Yeah, and he gets a free pass to Denny's. Okay, he gets a free breakfast every year, right? He get all that. You know what I mean? Like, if he goes to Disney World, he gets a free fast pass. That's perfectly fine. But to me, what you did in your prime matters more. And we had too many shortcomings from him, especially when he was the architect of the player movement that we have now. It was his influence that did that. I'm not saying he was the first, but he was the most influential with it. And when he was able to do what he should have done was should have been way more than what it was. That's the point. That's why he falls short, and that's why he's not on that group. That's why.
I don't agree. I think
That's why.
Well,
I think he played in the hardest era of basketball,
What?
and he well, obviously
Oh,
players are
Lord.
stronger, faster, jump higher,
This is
Oh,
the
bench more.
pod for another day.
Athlete by
This is
athlete.
Lord.
Spurs
This
tonight,
era
motherfuckers.
is
Oh, my
far
God.
better
Man.
than any other era of basketball.
What?
That's why you
Yeah.
can't
Mr.
compare
Rader,
eras.
Mr.
That's why you
Rader,
can't
Yeah.
compare
wrangle
eras.
them
You gotta
in.
compare
Wrangle
numbers.
them in. This is a great pod
Oh.
for another day.
Yeah, man. We let's bring it back to the Spurs because this is something
Goodness
else,
gracious.
man. Let's talk about
We'll
that.
sit here for 8 hours. You like
Yeah,
Oh.
making my
Great-
blood pressure go up, brother.
great content.
I told you I was gonna be the villain today.
You definitely are. Motherfuckers hate
The two woke up and chose violence.
Oh, man.
But-
Okay.
But going back to the game, though, like
Yes.
I tell you what, for the series itself, it's been a really good series. I mean, for a series to
Oh,
be 3-1, but it
Yeah.
still is a really, really good series. I've enjoyed watching the game.
Yes.
Every single game has come down to the last possession, which is super rare, and we should be enjoying it. I know it sucks because we're Spurs fans, so it's a little extra for us, and we feel like this could have been a sweep almost, but
Yeah. Oh, I'm
like
glad.
like a
I'm glad
couple
it wasn't a
things,
sweep. Yeah. But
Yeah, I think
sorry,
that there
Mr.
were
Rader,
some-
go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm just
Oh, that's cool, man.
We're-
Sorry, don't worry about it.
we're all
I think
passionate about it.
I think if
support group right now.
if Mitch would have made some different decisions as well as putting Harper over Fox, because Harper again, I think he earned the playing time. He's been balling.
Dude, Harper is
Oh.
gonna be a beast.
I think it'd be a
Yes.
different series, man. But I am happy that the Spurs though are getting this experience, man, because man, there ain't nothing like experience. The same thing happened to the Knicks with Indiana. It happened with the Thunder. So
Yeah.
it can go a long way. I think this will help them out in the long run.
Yeah, and the doom and gloom guy, but you guys have a young, incredibly talented team. The Spurs, I
It's
understand
insane.
nothing's guaranteed, but if I had to guess, I think the Spurs are going to be in a championship a lot in the upcoming years.
It's them and the
just-
Thunder. It's gonna
Yeah,
be insane.
yeah, I do. I really think so.
It hinges
I'm
all
looking
on
forward to
him
that
and
rivalry.
Wemby's health, not his play, his health, I think. for the next 5, 6,
Yeah,
7,
but they
8
need
years.
to work on his minutes, man. They need to fix that.
Well, look, they did a good job during the season. Like
Yeah.
but what are you gonna do? This is the time. He's 22. He can handle it. But we talked about that though. Was it too much? Recoddling him too much, and now all of a sudden he's tired. You know,
Well,
we
well,
discussed this on the pod.
he needs to stop going and doing the whole I'm gonna go to some monk's den and play kumbaya with some monks. He needs to get into the gym, do some strength training,
Yeah.
and start posting up down at
All
the
right.
block a
No,
little bit more. It'll save him
yeah.
energy, and it'll keep
Yeah.
people from
No,
manhandling him.
dude, you get to the choir, brother. I agree with you.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing. If we can turn the page just a little bit,
Sure.
right now, De'Aaron Fox is the villain on the
It's
roster right now.
unlike
That's unfair.
I
It
know.
is unfair.
We can talk about this. We keep saying the same shit, but go ahead.
Yeah. Well,
Hater, I'm
the only
sorry.
thing I want to point out is, the general sentiment around the city is like, oh, we gotta trade Fox. We gotta trade Fox.
Yeah.
Here's the
Alright.
problem. Yeah, but here's the problem. Next year, his extension starts, and next year he's making 49.5 million.
Damn.
The year after that, he's making 53.5 million. The year after that is 57.5 million. And in 2030, he is making $61.3 million.
I don't know if the Spurs need to make any huge roster changes. I just think they need more time in the oven. That's all. You know.
The new rules mandate that you have to bring in salary that matches in order for a trade to actually happen. So if you're talking about De'Aaron Fox having to leave, the only possible person that you could possibly trade for essentially would be Giannis. He's probably the only person's contract. And even then that probably wouldn't work because
No.
I think he only has 2 years left on his contract right now, while De'Aaron Fox has a full 4 years. So yeah, it is what it is. Like, the Spurs will deal with it. They've been masters of the cap for years. They have a very well-oiled machine up there in the front office. They'll figure it out. But hey, man, it's all about youth. They'll figure it out.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, for the next 5 to 10 years, the NBA is going to be looking pretty good, man, from a talent perspective, with the Thunder and the Spurs. So that's cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay. So
Thanks for giving us that. Thanks for giving us that. Hey,
But
Yeah, man.
would you really want to get rid of De'Aaron Fox?
Okay.
Even if you
basically, you
could?
can't.
Okay. So now again, this is all about the Spurs front office and how they want to manipulate this, right? Because you see Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper, like you could work with them for the next 3 to 4 years. Like
Hell yeah.
you have your
Yeah.
core right here. Like between Harper, Castle, and Wemby, you have your core that you could work with. You can mix and match and whatever veterans you want to put around them, and they can make that work. And I think the camaraderie that they have with each other is awesome. So you could make that work. Now the only thing is, at some point, if Dylan Harper specifically, because right now he's the one that's coming off the bench, if he gets to the point where his game is growing so exponentially, like we're seeing right now, like he's not
Happened.
coming of age yet, but he's getting there, right? And you
Yeah.
can see that. At some point, you're going to have that conversation if you're Mitch Johnson between De'Aaron Fox and Dylan Harper. And it's like, I can't hold this dude back anymore. So they're going to have to make a decision of, okay, either we stick with Fox and Castle as a backcourt, or we move off of Dylan Harper now because he's an easier contract and we can get a lot of value in return for him. And the money that we're already paying to Fox is not that big of an issue anymore. You could do that. And even if this year's draft class, you could do that too because it's loaded, right? So even if they thought about doing something like that, they could. But it's just a lot harder if the decision point is we're going to trade De'Aaron Fox. That's a lot harder to do.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I would trade him because of Dylan Harper and Castle. You don't really need him,
Yeah.
And then don't get me wrong. He's made some clutch shots throughout this playoff series. Let's be fair to him, but at the same time, he's made a lot of bonehead decisions too.
What are you
So,
talking
I
about?
mean, he's redundant, but like Hader said, like it's hard to just say, "Oh, let's trade him." It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It is. It
Yeah.
what
really
would you
is.
trade him for?
Well, you basically have to be like, "Hey,
I mean, other than Giannis, Giannis is
take on
good.
this salary and get nothing."
Yeah.
Still a
Maybe,
great player. Like if I
so
was another team, if I don't have to take on that salary, I would love to have him.
that's the problem. The NBA contracts are guaranteed. So
Well,
unless
yeah, I
they
see.
can
That's where I'm out. Like you guys,
right.
you know what? Yeah, sorry, I shouldn't even have said it.
No, you're fine. And he makes the most money of anyone on the team. He takes up at least 30% of the cap
Damn.
starting next year. So it's hard to move.
Damn. And you got to pay Wemby and the other two in like what, 3 years?
They'll have to look at not next year, but the year after. So
Uh,
for Victor, he's a restricted free agent in 27. Castle is a restricted free agent in 28, and Harper wouldn't be a restricted free agent until 29. So the first domino would be in this scenario. The first one will be Wembanyama. He would be the first, and you're definitely not letting him go. So,
Yeah.
woo!
All right. Well, we pretty much covered that. You want
Yes,
to
sir.
go into this? I know you got a special topic you kind of want to talk about, though.
Yes, I do. It's one of the bigger stories that came out in the last couple weeks, and I'm really glad that Woo Pig is here along with the rest of y'all because I feel like we're seeing the beginning of the end of college football as we know it.
Oh,
Um, and it's centered around something that, we've talked about a lot, it's not even spurned from like, NIL or anything like that, but it does concern about the transfer portal. And it's a side effect that I don't think that even the NCAA even anticipated. And what am I talking about? We're talking about Brenden Sorsby, who is a transfer from Cincinnati, who is now slated to play for Texas Tech. Now, of course, in the years that we've seen of the transfer portal, that's no big news at all. The problem here, though, is Brenden Sorsby was alerted. He was notified by the NCAA that he had been banned from ever playing because he admitted to placing over 9,000 individual bets from the time that he has actually been in college. So we're going back to 2022 when he was a freshman at Indiana. He was there for 2 years. Then he went over to Cincinnati. He transferred
I was
there.
gonna say Hater. Who? Like, who's this guy? Who are we talking about?
Yes. Yeah. So Brenden Sorsby is a quarterback. He was a backup in Indiana in 2022. He was there for 2 years. Then he transferred to Cincinnati, and he started for 2 years there. And then this year he was going to he jumped in the transfer portal and he got picked up by Texas Tech, and I think he signed like a $6 million deal to come on down there. Well, before everything was wrapped up, the NCAA alerted Texas Tech and said, "Hey, we've been alerted of some gambling that this dude has committed in his previous stops." To which, in his court case, Sorsby admitted to these transactions, and he submitted over 9,000 individual bets totaling $90,000.
Damn.
He has admitted
What?
that he says he has a gambling addiction. He has admitted to that.
Well, where did the money come?
I,
Okay.
hey,
Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
hey,
I don't.
good questions, right? So
Maybe he's winning those bets.
again, very good questions, right? We know what he wagered. We don't know what he got back in return. We don't know that. But the NCAA said, no, we have very strict rules when it comes down to gambling. And you definitely cannot you cannot gamble
Oh, like any
placing
sports
bets on your
organization should.
own team. You can't this dude plays bets on his own team, y'all. His own team.
Oh
Now
my
he
God.
claims, he claims that he only plays bets for them to win. Of course, no one has been able to verify that or not.
all
But
9,000, all
but
9,000 bets.
all 9,000, right? Exactly. But his
Was he
betting
ever under the
portfolio,
weather?
right? You know what I'm saying? But his bet sheet is pretty substantial. It's widespread. It's not just football. It's basketball. It's all types of stuff because he has a gambling addiction. Okay. Well, so the NCAA came down with a ruling, said, nope, we cannot allow this. You are banned. Well, Texas Tech found they took it to a state
No,
judge. Yeah,
no.
they took it to a state judge, and they found a state judge, and the state judge ruled.
Keyword
He put
state
Do
judge.
you know the thing I hate the most about this whole thing before you even say it is the word Texas. We can't even sports bait. Go ahead. I'm sorry, but this is
yes,
crazy.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so so Texas Tech files a appeal for an injunction, and the original judge that actually took the case, he recused himself because he was a Texas Tech graduate. So he recused himself. So then the administrative judge,
AKA, I made a lot of money.
maybe, right? But he did the right thing. He recused himself, which is fine. So then the
Yep,
administrative
admirable at that point.
yeah, so the state appointed administrative judge by the name of Anna Estevez appointed Judge Ken Curry to take up the case. Now, Ken Curry he's a retired judge. He's been retired since 2012. Okay. But he retains a role as a visiting judge. I didn't know what a visiting judge was until now. But and please, Mr. Rader, please help me if my definition on this is incorrect. But a visiting judge is basically somebody who is not on the bench actively, but they still have their credentials. They still maintain their credentials and stuff like that, and they can be asked to take on cases if there's a high caseload and things of that nature. So
right, if the judges go on vacation or if there's a judge shortage, they can step in so this gets filled. Yeah.
Yes. So in this case, Judge Estevez appoints Judge Ken Curry and says, hey, we need some help because the original judge that we were appointed, he has recused himself, and we need a quick ruling on this. So he takes it up, and I've been trying to find the actual full 4-page ruling on this. But in short, the reason why he approved this injunction for Brenden Sorsby was irreparable harm could be caused upon him if he is not allowed to play college football in 2026 in preparation for the 2027 NFL draft. That was part of his ruling and granting this injunction. Y'all, this is the beginning of the end. This is the beginning of the end. If this is allowed to stand, and as all points and purposes, it will. Oh, and also, by the way, let me also add that while he's still allowed to play, he is suspended for the first 2 games of the season against, I believe it's Oregon State and Abilene Christian. So he's still suspended for 2 games, but because that won't cause irreparable harm. But if he's banned for the entire season, then it's irreparable harm.
Well,
I have more, but y'all go ahead.
And we can't even vote. We can't even gamble in Texas. So, like,
dude, that's the craziest shit to me. Hey, Raider, dude, that's the craziest shit to me. Let me get this straight. and I don't even know how you justify this to the masses. And I'm just talking just the state, like who cares about the rest? How do you justify that? It's just, it gotta be an Austin-born judge, and this definitely happened in Austin, I'm sure.
No, sir.
Oh,
no,
let me
no, sir.
We can gamble in Texas, but I mean sports betting in Texas. That's what I meant. My fault.
Right. We can't have sports books here, but we can we can participate in prediction markets.
Hey, well, everywhere you can. Hey, that's a great. I would love to talk about that on a pod one day.
I'm sure we can at some point.
Yeah. I would, actually, we should just have a whole betting pod one day, especially before the NFL season happens. But I would love for that to be a topic of discussion. How the is that? Oh, all right, we're getting.
Oh no. So
I don't want to get off on a whole different topic, but go ahead.
No. Ahead. You're fine. But we can plot a path to the corruption here because it wasn't in Austin. Tony would takes. It was not in Austin. It was in Lubbock, Texas. All of these, the ruling,
Of
the
course.
judge, all of it happened in the vicinity of Lubbock, Texas. Now, would you happen to guess where exactly Texas Tech actually resides in?
Lubbock, Texas.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is about
Yeah.
as
I don't have to
much
guess.
of
I know
home
that.
cooking. This is as much as home cooking you possibly have. You talk about a legal home court advantage? Yes. We found it. We found it.
Well, this is why I think that you might be a little doom and gloom in this, is that it seems like everybody is against this. Like, the NCAA tried to ban him, and now Texas Tech is threatening to sue Big 12 because Big 12 is talking about sanctioning them for the entire season if they try and play him. So even the Big 12 as a whole
Yep.
is telling them that this shouldn't be a thing. So I don't think anybody outside of a Texas Tech fan is okay with this.
Is this the same guy? Is this the same kid who was like an like possible NFL draft pick or something? Like you know,
Yes.
when what was it, the Rule 5 shit? Yeah. Okay. So
Yes.
that's why it's such a
So-
big deal.
Yeah, so okay, he's come out of nowhere. Everybody's been talking about the Dante Moores and Trinidad Chambliss and Arch Manning and stuff like that. We knew about them, but then everybody started talking about the Sorsby kid, and it was like, what about okay, he threw for 2,800 yards and stuff like that at Cincinnati, but it was like, why is everybody talking about him? So the general perception is that he has the tools to be a first round pick potentially. And
Okay.
so and I think that's why Texas Tech is so adamant of getting him, is because they feel like they have a potential first round pick anchoring their football program for this year, and they can take advantage of that in the Big 12.
Okay, and I apologize again. Why can he not? Why can't he go to the NFL?
No, well,
Is
the
it
whole
because
thing
of
with
this shit?
yeah. So once
Yeah.
all the allegations came out, and the fact that he and in his legal defense admitted to the fact that he has a gambling problem, that's what alerted the NFL. Is like, oh, whoa, yo, bruh, hey, I don't know if you paid attention, but we had a whole bunch of folks, try to do some stuff, and we've already had to suspend people for at least a year. So the fact you already coming in here with a bet sheet that long, and you would come in here and like, hey, I don't know if we can touch on this,
Especially at the quarterback
All right,
position. Well, the
I
Big
guess
12
it's-
is trying to sanction them, then they're aware of it.
So it's not just the Big 12. The president of the college football playoff has already made a statement about how jacked up this is.
Ooh.
So, and unfortunately, Angry Joey's not here, but I have 2 points on this that I feel like hasn't been brought up enough. The first is, if he admitted to making bets since he was a freshman at Indiana, I double checked. Indiana state law says you can't make a bet, you can't place bets until you're 21. So technically, he's a
pretty sure it's
criminal.
like,
He's a criminal, right?
dude,
He just
well,
admitted. You know what I'm saying?
that's
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Nuts.
I don't know.
I think I agree with Woo Pig, though. I think you're a little bit of doom and gloom on that. I think it's going to take more than just this one particular case. I think if it was like 20 top, say 4-star or 5-star, and some blue blood programs, then yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Well-
like if they'd uncovered like a betting ring of like the top 20 quarterbacks and like all the universities were trying to just shove it under the carpet, then you might be true. But this is one isolated school that's lost their damn mind, and they're going
Yep.
against the NCAA, the playoff committee, and the Big 12, who all are telling them that
Yeah.
they're out of their mind. So
Yeah,
It's
but
not-
dude,
it's
I don't
not-
think
it's
that's
not-
doom and gloom. I think that's fucking crazy.
It's not on the level of the NBA. Remember that whole gambling where they did poker games and Chauncey
Yes.
Billups and all of them
Right.
got caught up in that?
But dude,
You
that's
know,
crazy.
It's not like that right now
but
that we
I
know
don't
of anyway.
know. Well, sure,
here's-
but like you said, like we both said, Raider, it's fucking Texas. It's like, bro, we can't even do
Yeah.
normal shit. And this is a kid who's not even of age, I guess, to I don't know.
he is of age
uh,
now, but yeah,
Now
th-
it
th-
is.
yeah.
Well, yeah,
but
okay, but okay now.
Yes,
I don't know.
yes.
I don't know.
But yeah, well, my second point in this too is if the college football playoff can make an agreement with Notre Dame saying as long as you are in the top 12, you can get into the CFP, then how
Yeah.
come they can't have a memorandum of understanding with Texas Tech letting them know that if this person who has admitted that he has a gambling addiction and at least for right now has only been like quote unquote went to rehab for 30 days, but that was after the announcement from the NCAA saying that he couldn't play. Not until that happened. But now you're saying that he can play. How come the CFP can't just say, we will not allow you into the CFP if you allow this dude to continue to play? Because he, at least right now, he is a threat to the integrity of the game. Period. How come they can't do that?
Yeah.
That's a good
I don't
point.
know. And I know we kind of went off on many tangents like we do here on the 210 show. But your original point stands. I don't know, but like I think the underlying thing is, well, he's
They just found the right
know,
judge? That's that's
I don't know. Like okay, if he was like your original point, if he was a bum,
and
would we
at least
care?
a certain but you know what? This whole timeline here speaks to that because while he was a backup at Indiana, and Indiana back then was absolute trash, nobody cared.
Uh,
Then he goes to Cincinnati. Cincinnati, except for that one CFP appearance, they've been irrelevant. Nobody cared. But now now he wants to rake in the big bucks. He picks up a big NIL deal, and he's coming over to a Big 12 program that just had a CFP appearance from last season. Now all of a sudden, all the spotlight's on him. So you're right. It is a lot of hypocrisy going on, but how far does this go? And I have one other tidbit on this, but I'll let y'all chime in. Go ahead.
I'm good here. Go ahead, man. What's your other point?
Okay, so Woopig brought up the fact of like this is an isolated incident. Technically, it's not because across basketball, the FBI has already alerted there was already a gambling ring that was happening in regards to point shaving in multiple schools. I know we talked about that in the previous pod on that note, but there's one other. There was a wrestler for Iowa, or it was either Iowa State, but he got banned because he placed a $5 bet, $5 bet, and he was banned. What that $5 bet was? It was on Caitlin Clark and Iowa Hawkeyes and women's
Oh
college
my God.
basketball player. So he's a wrestler. He's betting on women's college basketball, $5 slip, and that got him banned. But now all of a sudden, a dude that has 9,000 admitted transactions of betting, and he gets allowed to play. Come on now, we got problems.
I get it. That's a fair point. I get it. That's a fair point. I think we've covered that one. So hey, listen, we're coming up on the 1 hour mark.
Okay.
So usually about this time we transition over to Kiss My Grits and have a minute. But before we do that, is there anything else, any go backs from any of y'all that you want to talk about?
I'm
You
good.
good? You good? Okay. All right. So I know for our regular listeners, y'all are familiar with what we do here. We do a Kiss My Grits Alamo Minute. Let me just explain to those that are new to listening to this pod. Kiss My Grits is something that you want to draw attention to that is absolutely asinine. That makes no sense. That's annoying, negative, whatever the case may be. This is your moment to do it. And the Alamo Minute is the reverse. If you got something positive to say or something positive happened to you, that's the time to talk about it and put the light on those folks and let them shine. It could be person, place, business, it don't matter. So without further ado, though, I'm going to turn it over to one of the co-creators of this segment, Hater. You got a Alamo Minute, Kiss My Grits, or both?
Yep, I got to kiss my grits for y'all today.
Let's hear it.
We've been talking about these folks, or at least the sports part of it, but now we get to talk about the fan base real quick. New York Knicks fans.
Damn. That was
Come here.
my Kiss My Grits, too.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right,
yeah,
man. Go say it for all of us.
Yeah, we gonna need y'all to come on down, man. Now I know it's not everybody. It's not everybody. But see, here's the problem. There's a lot of y'all.
Sort of egg too. Oh,
Woo! There's a lot of y'all. Okay. I would say that I would expect for you to act like you've been here before, but you haven't. So I kind of want to give you that. I want to give you that little bit of space. But see, y'all took it way too far. Okay, I understand game 3. Well, actually, before we do that, y'all actually came into San Antonio. Y'all got some good old Texas barbecue. You had some brisket. You had all your stars just invading the place. Y'all had a good old time. You had nothing but stories to talk about.
Yeah.
Everything was great. Y'all
San
got a
Antonio
chance to
treated
go
you
on your
right.
little plane. Yeah, treat you good. Got
Held the
that good
door
old
open
Texas
for you.
love. You know what I'm saying? Got all that.
Let you
Y'all
kiss
got a
my
chance to go
sister.
on. Well, anyway, you got a chance to
What
go
the
on the
hell?
plane. You know what I'm saying? You get the chance to go on the plane. You get to go back home. No problem, no issue. Then game 3 happens. Now, we understand y'all already on the tiff because of security reasons, y'all couldn't party like you really wanted to party for the first finals game that y'all had in 30 years. I understand that. But y'all lost that game. And then y'all turn around. Y'all wanted to find every Spurs fan that you could find and start curb stomping people. You know what? That's a New York issue, okay? That's clearly a New York issue. Y'all got a problem. Yeah, that's a big time problem, okay? But then you come around in game 4. You literally had the greatest comeback in NBA Finals history. Some would say you had the greatest comeback in all of sports. People in Atlanta are actually happy right now because nobody's talking about 28 to 3 no more.
That's not
Okay?
even a question.
Their
But
focus
okay.
is on the Knicks. Y'all had
I
that
don't blame
moment.
him.
Y'all had that moment. It was beautiful. The way y'all brought y'all team back from the depths of hell because y'all were down by 29. Y'all did that. It was a great thing to see. Only for y'all to turn around. Y'all find the Spurs hotel. They're trying to come back, trying to lick their wounds. Y'all over there booing them, which is no problem. Y'all can boo. Y'all can cuss them out. Y'all can do all that. But then y'all turn around and throwing eggs. Now, let me ask a question.
Crazy. And haven't even
Um,
won the chip yet.
right, right.
Yeah.
Y'all only have 3-1. Okay, y'all decided to find bodega somewhere, grabbed a whole bunch of eggs. I'm trying to figure out, is eggs cheaper in New York? Now I know the seats are expensive as fuck. I already know that. Okay, they talking about 4,300 in the nosebleeds. Okay,
Yeah, so they could
are
definitely
eggs
afford
cheap?
it.
Y'all got enough eggs that y'all can just turn around and just throw them at NBA players? Come on, man. Y'all. I would say do better. I don't know if you can, but try your best, please. Because I'm telling you right now, the Spurs coming back for Game 6 now. Okay, they're coming back. Now this is your opportunity to get back on your best behavior and show the fact that even you, New York fans, can actually be civil. I have a little bit of hope. I have more hope in the Spurs actually coming back and winning than I do for y'all actually being civil, but I still have some hope for y'all being civil. So please do that, hopefully. But before you do, kiss my grits.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that one, man. So that was going to be my kiss, my
Well,
grits
how
too. But
about
I just want to add a little something. So y- Knicks fans, for the majority of the Knicks fans, they're amazing, right? It's one of the most iconic fan bases next to the Lakers, you know, Piston fans, stuff like that. But the thing
yeah.
is, you just poked the bear. You threw some eggs at Wemby, and you know what he's going to do? He's going to go in there and say, these out here are throwing eggs at me. We ain't going out like that. So you are acting no, not all right fans, but this small subset of these dumbass
Yeah.
fans that are putting hands on Spurs fans and throwing eggs now. Like, shut the up until you win the championship and then do something stupid. Even though I don't want you to do anything stupid anyway. But just now imagine for a second that egg throwing could be the catalyst for them to turn around and Spurs run the table on your asses. And it's
Come on
because of
now.
that. Like,
Come on.
how embarrassing would that be if the Spurs end up winning the championship now because you did some dumb like that? And can you imagine if they threw eggs at Michael Jordan
Come on
at
now.
Madison Square Garden? Oh my God, he would drop 70 on y'all.
Well,
So
he already had a history of busting their ass.
that's what I'm saying. When Mike Lee knew to shut the hell up whenever Jordan came into town. You know what I'm
Hello.
saying? So I'm just saying, you dumbass. Again, it's a subset. You dumbass subset of Knicks fans. Y'all need to act right. You're shitting all over. And then if you do win the championship, most people are going to be remembering that you guys are throwing eggs and putting hands on Spurs fans. So you're kind of tainting it a little bit. So all the goodwill that you have right now, you're probably going to lose it if you keep doing some dumb shit like that. That's all I got to say. So, yeah, I'm with
Yeah.
Hater. You come on down here, put some chapstick on, and kiss these grits.
Yes.
All right, Tony Takes, you got something?
It could be like more Knicks fans in the stadium than Spurs fan, like because they're just offering them the more money. And I understand, like, hey, that's life changing money sometimes, where it's like $50,000 for a seat. Like, come on, man.
Well, they better hope that San Antonio Spurs fans aren't going to want some get back for what's been happening. You know, I'm just saying, they better hope.
Yeah, and in Texas, this is a stand your
No,
ground.
no. That will not happen. None.
I hope
We
not,
know that.
but
No.
I hope not.
It ain't gonna happen.
Listen, we
All
got
I'm
a
saying-
south side too. You did what I'm saying. We got a south side too.
That is not happening.
Well, let's hope it
I
doesn't, because
really
that just
do.
would look poorly on San Antonio. Like it
Well,
already
right,
looks
right.
poorly on the
Yeah.
Knicks.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I agree.
Let's just treat it. Let's treat it right. My whole thing was the ticket is crazy because I think it's gonna be almost like a home field advantage for the Knicks, which is insane, right? Like, but when you start to get to that a level of prices, I don't blame a person for selling their tickets when it's $10,000. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't
Well
know.
said.
I don't know. It's maybe not a kiss my grit, but
It's close enough. I agree with you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kiss
I
my grit.
understand.
So rich.
Yeah.
If you're a $4,000 ticket, you can kiss these grits.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Big, you got anything?
Nah, I'm good. Just Spurs fans don't hate me just because of what I said about the Spurs. I'm still
Nah.
I'm still all good here.
We love you, brother. We love you.
Good thing we're not on video right now, because you wouldn't be able to go to a.
Oh, yeah, that's
You
a
wouldn't
good
be able
point.
to go to the Lisco at all.
Oh, if we were on
Yeah.
video right now, people would think I was fucking insane. I'm walking back and forth. I don't know. All right.
All right.
I will say this. We will have to touch on that whole, it's great when a big city is great and all that type of stuff conversation. We going to have that. Woo Pig.
Yeah.
Don't think I
It's good.
forgot.
It's good for the NBA when big markets are big.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay.
Oh, no, without a doubt. Look at this shit. All right. We can go on forever.
Yeah, let's save that for the next pod.
All right.
And we'll do the bet, talking about bets too. We'll do that as well.
Yes.
But hey, speaking of the pod, so if y'all want to get a hold of us, Hater with Facts can tell you how to do that.
Yes. If you want to check us out on audio, we're available on Apple, Spotify, and Overcast at The 210 Show. You want to check us out on YouTube, we're at The 210 Show Pod. And shout out to our 25 subscribers so far. We appreciate your support. Appreciate the fact that on all of these platforms, we're actually worldwide. We appreciate that too. And please continue to support us. Please. If you hit that YouTube channel, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button. So that way when we drop this one, it hits that mobile device of yours or that laptop real quick. And again, we post some polls for people to vote on. Right now, it's a prediction of the final. That is still an accurate question, and we will continue to do that. So, and by the way, just a little shout out as well. I did post out a challenge to those Shea Gilgeous-Alexander fans out there. I haven't heard from y'all. Y'all been mighty quiet. What's the problem? You know what I'm saying? We can see. Hey, he's still a good player. Y'all can still talk about him. He's just not present for the finals right now for a very good reason. He's probably over in Cabo flopping with the fish, but that's okay. But please hit us up. Hit us up with some comments. We'll love to engage with y'all. And also, by the way, we also have a Discord channel as well where we can do that as well. So please hit us up.
Awesome. Yeah, we're averaging about 70 listens the last 2 months. So that's pretty cool. So we thank y'all for that.
Yes.
All right. Well, fellas, great pod as always. And to the audience, hey, thank you for listening. We appreciate y'all. God bless. Love y'all. Take care of each other. Have a good night.
Whoop it.